I call him an entrepreneur in music. Simon Fuller approached us. His idea was holograms from the start.
Yeah.
And we invited you into the project. You came in as a savior because we projects like these, complex as they are, often meander and they have valleys and peaks. And we were deep down in a valley, knowing that hologram was forget it. You can't tour with a hologram. And this was before we realized with what we were doing, we couldn't tour at all. We had to, be somewhere. And this is such a huge thing. I mean, it's considered as the biggest movie project in the world today.
This was never for you guys and for me or for us who were involved in it. And this was never a commercial venture. This was a creative venture. This was about creating a new type of experience with regards to music, using your catalog and new music and the new music, of course. But it was always about creating an experience to elevate the ABBA experience, so to speak. It had never for us. It was never about like, oh, there's a business idea in this. It was always about the music. You know what I mean?
The outcome of this, we don't know at all, of course.
No, of course.
But if you look at it right now with pandemic and everything, it's it's commercial lunacy.
For sure.
but it's fun, and I so look forward to be sitting there with you on the opening night.
I mean, come on. And after all these years, and it's always been an impossible project. I don't know if everybody knows this, but there is a unique building built for this venture. It's not like this is in some theater somewhere. It's a particular specific building made for this show. So just that fact that I remember like a year or two ago, whatever, like, oh, now they've taken the first shovel things to building this building. Yes. It's like, this is insane, man. It's and it's what's the capacity? Like 3,000 or something like that.
3,000, and it was the whole thing was standing still for I think a fortnight in September or August, because there are 6 cranes in Europe that can lift that roof.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
We had missed the slot of one of them, and we had to wait. But now the building is supposed to be there for us to move into beginning of January.
I don't know if you've seen the movie Fitzcarraldo, Werner Herzog movie Fitzcarraldo, which is about this impossible project of an opera in the Amazon jungle, and part of it is this boat that needs to get there, and the river gets blocked, so they have to carry a ship over a mountain to get it to the river on the other side. So this project is literally a Fitzcarraldo,
Yes, in a way.
No matter how successful you were always grounded. You that success never got to your heads. You didn't in any way become extravagant. You kept it very Swedish and very sort of. And how do you have any encounters with being out in the world and meeting some of these incredible artists from other places, but that were always laced with a certain mystery or self-destructiveness or stardom or extravagance and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We met quite a few of them. When we did a big TV thing for UNICEF in New York, there were big artists. Everyone was big. Bee Gees, Donna Summer, Rod Stewart, and all those. And they all had entourages.
Yeah.
They all had lots of assistants around them, and we didn't.
You never behaved like rock stars, did you?
No, I'm afraid we didn't.
No.
But I mean, that came from choice. Yeah. We didn't want that. We just didn't want those trappings. We never saw them as glamorous in any way. And I think that was good. That was our luck. Because we didn't live in that drug-infused world of pop London or pop New York or pop LA, which was so dangerous and damaging to a lot of creative souls.
Yeah.
Who, and also the people who were touring all the time and never had time to really write songs.
Yeah.
So I think we were very lucky we decided to stay in Sweden.
One of the biggest misconceptions in creativity has to do with that in order to be creative, you have to be self-destructive, or you have to sort of trip out, or whatever it is, which I've always said it's obviously not true. It's the opposite. Like, this guy is creative despite the fact that he's self-destructive and whatever it is. But there's no correlation between being being an artist or being creative has nothing to do with those kind of things. It's only has to do with your will to, again, sort of translate some kind of psychology or emotion that you want to display so that other people can take part of it. That is the drive of creativity.
Yeah.
And the second drive of creativity, I think, has to do with creating stuff that takes people's experience to a place they haven't been before, to something new. And that's all great art, all great music is about, like, what you react when it's like, ooh, this, I've never felt like this before. And I think, again, ABBA, that's, big part of your success. You created a music, you created a transmission that people haven't experienced before. It was genre defying. You call it pop music, sure, but it's in no way traditional pop music. It was just great music writing.